Are you looking for a new Montana fifth wheel?
If so, we're going to show you the difference between the Montana Luxury and the Montana High Country.
That's right. Stick around and we're going to show you the difference between the two. Okay, we're out here at Lazy Days RV here in Tampa, Florida, and they seem to have the most selection as far as Montanas that we could find when we did a search for Montanas here in the Tampa Bay area. Our goal today was to try to find two like floor plans in the Montana Luxury and the Montana High Country. Unfortunately, as it goes when you get here, you don't find all of the floor plans that you thought you were going to find. So we're not really going to be able to do an apples to apples comparison as far as floor plans, but we can certainly show you all the differences between the Montana Luxury and the Montana High Country. As you can see, we're going to start with the Montana High Country today, and we'll go around the outside and talk about what some of the features of the High Countries are, and then we'll do the same thing again with the Montana Luxury, and you'll be able to see the differences. Number one, Montana High Country is kind of the entry level of the Montana family, so they're going to be a little bit lighter. They're also going to be a little bit less money. The Montana High Country is going to have a different paint scheme as what a Montana Luxury is going to have. And then when we get over to the luxury line, we'll go over some more of that stuff in depth. The leveling jacks on a Montana High Country are going to be the electric leveling system from Lippert. You still get a drop frame in a High Country, so you get that roomy, what we call basements and fifth wheels. Another thing about the High Country is the High Country is going to be a little bit more family oriented as far as floor plans. The High Country, I believe, has 8 floor plans available, and the Luxury has 9. I hope I got that right. I might have mixed them up, but either way. So this is what they call a bonus room floor plan, and we'll get inside here in just a little bit. This one also has an outside kitchen, and again, more family oriented with the High Countries. Like I said, they're going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit less money. I think when we did a comparison on the Keystone website, when we were doing apples to apples as far as floor plans, the High Country was about $20,000 less for a base model. So you can kind of use that. And that's their MSRP. And of course, none of us ever pay MSRP when we go to a dealer. There's always that fun haggling game. So we'll walk around it real quick. Of course, it's a Keystone product, and if you've seen any of our past videos, be sure to subscribe if you haven't, so you can see some of those where we told you that all of the Keystones from 2022 on are going to come with solar. So this is equipped with a 200-watt solar system on it. You can upgrade that to a 400i, I meaning inverter, and you can do that with all Keystone products. It doesn't matter if it's a entry-level travel trailer or a high-end Montana with a legacy package. Everybody gets solar. The tires are going to be different between the High Country and the Luxury. You're going to get Rainier tires on the High Countries, where the Luxury models come with the Salem tires. And you get an outside shower with the High Country as well as you do with the Luxuries. You can also get the ladder to go to the roof, which is important. They are prepped and camera ready. High Countries still come with a 30-pound, two 30-pound LP cylinders. And just like in the Luxury model, your controls, I don't have a key on me to open this up. We'll find another one that's open somewhere. You still have your controls for your Lippert leveling system on the outside behind a locked door. So that's nice and convenient. And then up front is your battery box. Now this has a residential refrigerator in it, so it already has an inverter, and you get 2 batteries, or you should get 2 batteries from your dealership as long as you have a residential refrigerator. And we'll talk a little bit about that when we get over to the Montana Luxury line as far as what some of your options are there. You can still get an RV refrigerator, you just have to option that in. Residential refrigerators in the Montana lines come standard. Okay, and you get a nice extra storage up front just like you do in the luxury line. And you can see that pan is prepped for a cutout for a generator. That's something that you'll have to option in. So another difference between the Montana luxury and the Montana high country are the sidewalls. And if I haven't mentioned it already, if you subscribe to our channel, if you haven't already, we first of all greatly appreciate that. But you can also go to our playlist and see some of the factory tours that we've done that will explain that sidewall construction a little bit more in depth for you. We're going to try to keep these videos kind of short today, so we don't want to go too in depth. But we'll put a card up here at the top, and you can access those videos as well where we did the factory tours. Those get a little lengthy because there was a lot of stuff to cover. So the sidewalls are constructed a little bit differently in the Montana and the Montana high countries. And like I said, go to that video and you can see those differences. So let's go on inside and take a look at the inside of this unit, and then we'll move over to the luxury models and show you the differences. Okay, this unit in the Montana high country is the 385BR, which stands for bonus room. And when we get through the back of the coach here, we'll turn around and you'll see that. And again, this is just another floor plan. I believe you can get this very similar floor plan in the Montana luxury. And that's really the only one in the luxury model that has kind of a dedicated sleeping area that you could use for kids, other than folding down some couches and things like that. So in some of the things in the high country, you can see they have the level slide outs. There's not a step up. So Keystone did a really good job of giving you that type of quality in a high country as well. I have never seen a booth in a luxury model, so obviously you can get a booth style dinette in a high country. You can also get the table and chairs. And whether that's floor plan specific, I'm not real sure. I'll see if I can get that answer for you guys if somebody wants that answer. Any questions or anything that we may not cover, you can also find at KeystoneRV.com, and they have all the brochures and everything there. And we'll have that listed in the description below for you guys. So this will fold down into another sleeping area. You've gained some more sleeping there with having the booth type dinette, where you would lose that with the table and chairs. With the high country, you still get a fireplace, which also doubles as a heater, and what looks like a 50-inch TV. In a high country, you're going to get a microwave that's going to be a little bit smaller than in a Montana luxury. As well, you get a suburban stove and oven. Again, this one is optioned with or comes standard with the residential refrigerator. You can get an RV refrigerator as an option. You can option that in. So you get storage above your microwave, and you'll see there's a little bit of a difference when we get over to the Montana luxury and what you get there. Some nice storage. And if Tina comes around, you can see you've got a bank of drawers here in the island sink, as well as nice open cabinet with a trash can down there. And you're going to see a lot of differences in this kind of stuff when we get to the Montana luxury. So if the basics are all you want and all you need, definitely the high country has you covered. So you get a nice pantry in this one as well. And again, all the floor plans are going to vary as far as some of your storage and things like that. Plenty of storage for a weekend getaway, that's for sure. Nice coffee bar, just like you get in a lot of the luxury models. Nice shelf up here with an outlet so that you can put your cell phones and things like that and keep them charged up. So as you can see, the decor when we get over to the luxury is going to look a lot different. Here's one thing that I did notice in the high country that I want to point out. And again, if you go and look at some of our factory tour videos, you're going to get a lot more information. This has the new air conditioned AC system, which I believe they call the Blade system, which also has the MERV air filters in it, so that you can just take that out. I believe it's a 12-inch air filter. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, and get that replaced instead of taking out those old ones and washing them out in the sink and putting them back. Keystone has made it really easy for us as far as maintenance now. That is a really nice system. Again, if you go to some of the factory tour videos that we have, you'll see that in more depth. So this is the bonus room here. As you come in the front door, all of your controls are all right here as you come in the front door. So you can come in, flip on your lights, control all of your slides and all of your awnings and things like that. The nice thing that Keystone has done this year, and I said I wouldn't spend too much time going on about all the upgrades for 2022, but it's kind of hard not to. All of the controls for each slide out are separate now, which is really nice. You also get heated holding tanks in a high country. This is the bonus room. I'll have Tina just go in and give you a quick. You get kind of a fold-out bed. That little love seat folds out into a bed, and you also have a desk here, so you can use that if you're working remotely. And then you've got some nice little storage cabinets here as well. So let's go up to the front bedroom. If you look down at the steps there, you still get a central vac in a high country. And then Tina will go up and get a video of the bunk that's up top. So if you've got little ones, I'm sure they'll think this is a great little treehouse type thing. They'll love this. Obviously not a lot of headroom up there, but that's where you're going to throw the little ones, or just use it for storage. So the next thing then is the bathroom. Nice one-piece shower, just like in the luxuries. And when we get over to the luxury line, you'll see that there is a difference in the sinks and things like that. So in the front bedroom, you get the upper shelves now instead of the little shelves beside the bed, which apparently were knuckle busters. So they made that change. One thing about Keystone RV is they're very customer driven. So if customers complain about something, they hear you. You may not see a change right away in the new models coming out, but trust me, if they get enough feedback from customers, they make changes. And again, I keep referring to going back and looking at some of the factory tour videos. The reason I do that is because there was a lot of information in those videos, and you'll hear all of that stuff in those videos. So they moved those shelves up top to keep things out of your way, and you also have an outlet on each wall here in the high country as well. The front closets, you're going to see this is just a kind of a basic closet in the high country, and you're going to see a big difference when we get over to the luxury line. And here we go. High country is plumb for a washer and dryer, and you'll see in a lot of the floor plans in Montana that's where it goes, in this big closet up front. And then on this wall, see, you've got a nice 4-drawer dresser, and you also have reinforcement in the wall, so if you want to mount a TV on this wall, you can. And of course, here's all of your hookups for that. Okay, as we wrap up here in this high country, you can see that these are nice rigs. You know, I don't want to call this like a stripped down model or anything like that. The Montana high country is the entry level of the Montana family. However, quality's not sacrificed. You just don't get some of the higher bells and whistles that you're going to see when we get over to the luxury line. Montana has been #1 in its class for fifth wheels for like 20 years. You don't maintain an honor like that for 20 years without doing something right. So you can rest assured, even if you choose, whether it be because of budget or weight restrictions because of your truck, if you choose a high country over a luxury, you're not going to lose out on quality. You'll see when we get over there, it's just some of the fancier stuff that you're not going to get with the high country. So again, If you go to KeystoneRV.com, you can look at all of the floor plans that they offer in the high country and the luxury, and you'll see, like I said earlier, the high countries tend to be a little bit more family oriented, offering more floor plans with, say, bunkhouses and things like that. We'll give you a real quick look as we're walking over to the luxury line. You guys can look at some of the bunkhouse configurations. Again, if you go on the website at Keystone RV, all the floor plans are there with all the specifications. Here we'll throw up some specifications on the screen for you to compare. We're going to use two like floor plans, which are the rear den, to show you some of the differences in the weights and maybe the cost. So now we are next to a Montana luxury. What some people you'll hear if you go online and you're watching salesmen, they might call it a full Montana or a regular Montana. We just call it a Montana luxury because I think that's technically what its name is. So you're going to get a different paint scheme in the Montana luxury, and once you go to Montana luxury, you can also upgrade to a legacy package from there, and then upgrade that legacy package one more time and get full body paint. You still get the drop frame, of course. The difference between the high country and the luxury is you're getting hydraulic leveling system instead of the electric. Your full slides are all hydraulic on rack and pinion, and then your smaller slides, like your front bedrooms and things like that, will still be on a Schwintek system, basically to try to control some of the weight. The drop frame, you still get the big basements, just like you do in the high country. The difference in the sidewalls, again, you guys can go see in more detail our videos, so be sure and subscribe so you can see all those. In our plant tours back in October, this is, in the Montana luxuries, is a whole CNC routed system, so it's very precise. And again, you'll see that in that video of the factory tour if you're really interested in the details. Again, you get Saloon G-rated tires with a Montana luxury. Let's show you this just because we're here. This is, you can also get a very similar floor plan in this rear den in the high country. There's just a few differences. I think there's one less slide out in it, but you can see that on the website, the Keystone website, when you go and look at floor plans. So this is a rear den, and hopefully they have everything. They do. As you can see, you get, and I got to be honest with you, we picked this model because this is likely going to be our next rig if we get a new rig. But we want to show you this because it's kind of unique. Keystone really is the first one to have done something like this, and of course other manufacturers always seem to follow, just like in the auto industry. This is one of the features I really like about this particular rig, is the 10-foot tray. I don't know that I need this kind of storage yet, but someday I may. So we're really thinking seriously about this floor plan. So as you can see, with all of this, the outside storage that you get up front, in addition to this, you can full-time live in this thing real easy. And you'll see when we get inside the same thing. And you can see in the front compartment, everything is pretty much the same as it is in a high country, with the exception is with the luxury models, you have your hydraulic system up here with your batteries as well. And as in any Keystone product, like I said earlier, from 2022 on, you get the solar. Lazy Days ordered this one with the 200 package. There's the difference between the high country and the Montana luxury. You get to choose between the 200 watt, which is the basic package, which everything comes with. With a high country as well, you can upgrade that to the 400i, which means you get inverted outlets. If you have a residential refrigerator, you're automatically going to get an inverter anyway. But then, in addition to the 400i, you can bump that up to a 1200 watt in a luxury package. So you can expand your solar even more if you go up to a luxury package. Okay, welcome to the Montana Luxury. This is a 3791 rear den, and we're going to give you a full tour of it, of course. But I think you can see already, without us even starting to point things out, the difference between a high country and a luxury.
One of them is the cabinet doors. Well, not that one, but, well, I actually like the styles and frames. They're all solid wood.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in the construction as far as the interior. Montana Luxury, everything's solid wood. Where in the high country, you got that wrapped veneer for your faces and things like that. This is all solid wood. And I think you can see already, just by the decor and things like that, why we own a luxury. Because I made the mistake, guys, of letting my wife see a luxury before a high country. So it was kind of a given. We were getting a luxury model. So we're going to start giving you a tour and showing you a lot of the differences here. And hopefully Tina will kind of chime in here and there and let you know the things that she really enjoys about our rig being a luxury. Ours is a 2020 model. So they've made quite a few differences, like I said, in the 2022s. And who knows? The Tampa show is coming up. We may be getting a new rig. We haven't decided yet. So here's one of the biggest differences in your kitchens between the high country and the luxury models is you get a bigger microwave, but it's also a convection oven. So with the high country, you're just getting a standard microwave. Same thing. The stoves and the ovens are a little fancier.
And the stove is convection also.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's something I didn't know. She's teaching me. So you can see a lot of the decor is different. This is what they call the cottage white in the luxury. And when you get a cottage white, you also get a mix of the modern maple. Ours is completely all modern maple. And so I'm kind of guessing, the way Tina likes it, that we're probably going to get a cottage white when we get a new one if we do.
But keep in mind, things change year to year, too. So
absolutely. So we'll see. Why don't you open up that pantry and show them the difference in the pantry?
This pantry will not leave you wanting or needing more space for sure.
No, we have got a lot of stuff in our pantry. We have the exact same pantry. We have the 3120 RL, which essentially is from here forward identical to this rig. This is the difference. So let's go back in the living room, and you can see you step up into the rear den. And that's where all that storage was that we showed you earlier. This is in the color what they call bourbon. They also have a light color that's called cobblestone. And when you go to a cobblestone, you even get a little bit of a difference in texture in the seats. This is kind of smooth, but the cobblestone has a little bit of a texture to it.
But again, that's, you know, that can change year to year.
So we'll give you just a pan around. Let's start right here. Of course, you've got your fireplace. The new stereo system. Again, go to our factory tour videos. There's 3 in the series, and the last one in the series, we'll talk about all of that stuff, the upgrades of that and things like that. Again, you get the new blade system in the AC, which has the MERV air filters, which you just pop out. Okay, so you've got your big 50-inch TV as well, with storage on each side. Again, solid wood cabinets in the luxury model. That's a big difference. You get your recliners with, not only are they power recline, they're heated and as well as vibrating. And they also have USB ports in them for charging your phones. We use that quite a bit, that feature quite a bit. Okay, and again, we've got this like pontoon style fabric in all of them. I noticed even in the high countries. We talk a lot about that in the factory tour. So again, you'll see a difference in the tables. In the high country, you basically got a table and that was it. In the luxury, you also have this feature where you can expand the table out and add 2 more chairs, and you've got room for guests. So, and that's changed a little bit too, and we won't go into too much of that stuff right now. But again, in the luxury, you've got day-night shades, roller shades. I believe in the high country, you just basically get the blackout shades. Where in the luxuries, you're going to get both. So one for the daytime and then blackout for the night. Those are really nice. These daytime shades do help keep a lot of sunlight out if you want to try to keep your coach cool but yet still see out. Let's go over here on this side of the island and show you some more features. I didn't notice it in the high country. In the luxuries, all of the cabinets have lights with sensors so that they will light up when you open the cabinet doors. And here's something the high country did not have, is your pull-out garbage can. And now, depending on the floor plan, some of these will have some pull-out trays in some of the other cabinets. Not all floor plans have them. So, and of course you still have some pop-up outlets. And here's something that they did not have in the high country. This was just a plain cabinet above the microwave. In the luxuries, you're also going to get a spice rack. And if that's useless to you, then that's not a big deal. If I can get it out, it pops out. There we go. And you can use it for whatever you want. So that's just one more option you get in the luxury that you don't get in the high country. This used to be a wine rack up here. If you guys have seen our video and our one-year review of our 2020, that's a wine rack. Again, Keystone's customer driven. A lot of customers didn't like that wine rack, so they got rid of it. And I think people are really enjoying this more than they are the wine rack. Of course, as you come in, this is not a legacy package. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So all of your controls, again, just like in a high country, are right when you come in the door, so you can start flipping lights on. And again, this is an option that has changed. This is a little different than our 2020. Each slide out has its own individual control switch. So that's a really nice upgrade that Montana's made. Another thing that you'll get, as you can see, the Fantastic Fan, as a lot of people call these. These are rain censored. So if you got your fan going and your vent open and it starts to rain, no worries. It senses the rain and it shuts itself off. That all comes standard in a luxury.
So let's show them the bathroom.
All right, it's all yours.
Well, one of the first things that I noticed that are different is that this has the barn style door rather than the swing, so that you're not getting in each other's way up and down the hallway, which I think is really nice. Still have the one-piece shower with the glass. This year they did change out to a vessel sink, which they did that to try to free up some in the cabinet storage space and allow you to have an extra drawer, which I think is pretty awesome. You're not hitting your head or whatever when you bend over to wash your face or brush your teeth. You still have nice storage for your personal hygiene products. And overall, for a small bathroom, it's pretty spacious. In the bedroom, you have this here for the television already there. TV comes included on a swivel. You still have a dresser.
Solid wood tops.
Solid wood tops. You still have space for a washer and dryer, and you get a couple of extra folding chairs for your dining table.
Okay, here's another big difference between the Montana high country and the luxury when you look into this closet.
So you have some built-in shelving down here for shoes, or if you want to fold up some clothes and stack them in there. You have lights that are on a sensor, and you also have a built-in hamper, which I think is pretty awesome. I really love ours. That
was actually one of the selling points, one of many selling points when we were looking for our Montana. She really liked that.
Yeah.
So
you get the standard king bed. You have the shelves above the windows there for your CPAPs or phone charging or whatever, with reading lamps.
And you can see with the luxury model, not only do you get the 110 outlets, but you get a couple of USB charging ports as well. And you've got fancier reading lights, more options there when you go up to the luxury.
And the bedroom also has the barn style sliding door.
Right, and these are really nice because you're not swinging things out, getting in the way, getting in and out, things like that.
And they're pretty cute.
And they are. They are pretty cute. So, as you can see, when you go up to a luxury model, you're getting some fancier like light fixtures. You're getting solid hardwoods in your cabinets.
Solid surface countertops.
Solid surface countertops.
And they come with sink covers. They're not out right now. They're stored underneath probably. Yep, there they are.
Okay. A lot of this stuff is going to vary from floor plan to floor plan, but the basic stuff that we wanted to show you guys were things like the woodwork, appliances, and things like that.
Basically just a little bit fancier trim.
Yeah, it's definitely fancier trim.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other differences. And again, we're not going to get into so much all the upgrades for the 2022 model year because we have those in the videos that are already out of our plant tours when we were over at Keystone for a couple of days in October. So be sure and go and watch those if you really want to get into detail some of the upgrades. Now, one of the things that you can also do once you go, put this camera down and see, are you ready to make me a sandwich? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing that once you go up to a Montana luxury, you can, I sometimes say there's 3 lines when in fact there's really only 2.
There's only 2.
But what you can do, well, I say sometimes the 3rd line, what I say is you got your entry level at Montana High Country, then Montana Luxury, and then Montana Luxury with a Legacy package. What are you going to get with Legacy package? And I'm going to open my phone because I don't want to forget anything because I will. So, what you're going to get with a Legacy package, once you upgrade your Montana Luxury to a Legacy package, you're going to get disc brakes in addition to the drum brake, not in addition, instead of drum brakes. You're going to get
the in-command?
The in-command system, which we'll try to find a rig and show you that real quick. We don't have the in-command system in our Montana, so I'm not really proficient with it just yet. If you want to see that kind of in a really easy to explain tutorial, Jared over at Team Montana, if you go to his webpage or his YouTube channel, he'll show you that.
He does a really good job.
He does a really good job. He's from Tierra RV sales in Elkhart, Indiana. He specializes in Montana sales. Great guy, knows his product. He does a really good video on the in-command system. I have to be honest, I wasn't at first all that jazzed up about an in-command system. I was like, look, I just want to come in and hit a light switch and turn the lights on. I don't want to have to go into anything complicated.
But apparently it's not that complicated.
It is not complicated at all, so I have to retract my statement about that and say, if our next one we get a Legacy package, we have the in-command system, I think I'm going to be perfectly comfortable with it. So if you want more information on that, go over to Jared's at Team Montana, and he'll give you a tutorial on how that works. So you get the in-command system. You're also going to get the Furrion rear backup camera with the side cameras included in the Legacy package. You're also going to get an electric cord reel. Now, I don't know if we showed you guys the cord reel that we added to our Montana, but these are 50 amp service rigs. And if you've got a 50 amp service rig, you know that cord is heavy.
It's like wrestling in a big old snake.
It's like wrestling in a bear.
Especially when it's cold out.
Yeah, when it's cold, they don't flex well, and they're just, I mean, you could say a few bad words wrestling with that thing. So it comes with an electric cord reel, which makes your life easier, and it also comes with the WineGuard 4G router. And then from there, if you don't particularly like the decals that are on the Montana Luxury, you have 3 choices that you can choose from for full body paint. So guys, listen. Leave comments down below, because like I said before, what you like, what you don't like, what your impression of the Montanas are, what you like as far as the differences between the two, because like I said more than once already, Keystone RV is customer driven, and if you think that they're not listening to you, they are. We've said this in other videos before. They monitor some of the Facebook pages, and I can tell you they watch and they look at the comments that people leave on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, they do.
Because we've got a really good rapport with the product manager for Montana, Sam Lenrich. super nice guy, and trust me, if you have a comment or suggestion, he will listen. So that's one of the things that we really like about Keystone RV is the fact that they're customer driven, and that's why we became ambassadors for the company.
Exactly.
For Keystone.
And we really believe in loving our product.
We do. We love our Montana, and chances are, I mean, you hear people that when they trade RVs, this one was a Montana, or the next one was a Forest River product, or whatever.
But we've owned, what, 9 RVs?
We've owned 9 RVs.
Yeah. So we're not new to RV.
4 of which have been Keystone products, and those 4 have been some of the top 4 that we've owned.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because we are ambassadors for Keystone RV. Again, we became ambassadors because we believe in the product. Again, I keep saying this. Go look. Be sure and subscribe so you can see some of the other videos that we have out on Keystone products. And also subscribe because there's going to be more coming. The Tampa RV Super Show is coming up in the middle of January. We'll be there. If you guys want to see some of the other floor plans for Montana High Country, please leave comments below, and we'll do our best. If there's one there, we'll give you a little tour of it.
And we're also going to try to show you different Keystone lines. Travel trailers or whatever.
Keystone.
So if you have a request, put a comment down. We'll try to see if we can find one for you and give you a little peek.
The Tampa show is a huge show, so there's probably a good chance whatever you're looking for, we might be able to find and give you a little video tour of it. Arcadia is the newest of product lines from Keystone, and people are raving about it. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah, we're going to try to find a few of those and give you guys a few of those as well while we're there. And if you're at that happen to go to the Tampa show, just look for us. We'll be there somewhere. You'll probably likely find us around the Montana booth somewhere, or
somewhere in the Keystone vicinity.
Somewhere in a Keystone booth somewhere. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this and it showed you a little bit or gave you some insight of what the differences are. Again, just because the Montana High Country is Montana Family's entry-level Montana doesn't mean you're going to miss out on.
And I don't really like that you use that entry level.
Well, that's kind of what it is, but it's their scaled down version for people who really don't want all of the bells and the whistles.
Or they need lightweight, or you know, you gotta fit what's in your budget, what your truck can pull, and what's going to work for your family. That's the bottom line. Exactly.
And again, go to KeystoneRV.com. And you can click on, I think it's Shop RVs at the top, and then you can filter from there. You can go to Fifth Wheels, and then you can select which brand. I think I counted 35 different brands on the Keystone. Sure. And when I say 35, it's because just like the Montana has the High Country and the Luxury, you know, Cougar has a couple of different lines as well. They have the Cougar Half Tons and the Cougar Premiums. So those are all included in that 35 number that I gave you, as well as toy haulers, whatever you can think of.
They have it.
They have it, except for like Class A's and things like that.
Yeah, they don't do the motorhomes.
If you're looking for a towable and a quality towable, you know, that if you're going to start your shopping, that's a good place to start, is right there at Keystone's website, and you can see everything that's there. So again, hopefully we've given you some insight of the differences between the High Country and the luxury models.
And if we left something out, ask a question. We might have an answer for you. I don't know.
If we don't have the answer, again,
we can get it.
We know the product manager. We can get to him, and we can get you an answer. So, again, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you want to see more of what Keystone has to offer. And I've said this in one of the past videos. There's some cool stuff coming down the pike.
Yes, there is.
Can't say yet, but once it's released, we'll be sure and let you guys know. So, again,
give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. And also, you can now follow us on Instagram.
All right. Yep. Jonesin to go on Instagram. And hopefully we'll remember to get the phone out and snap pictures when we're out. And you can follow us along with a lot of our shenanigans a little easier that way. So, all right. We'll see you guys on the next one. And we'll see you at the Tampa Super Show. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.